2.5 days ago, Charlie was assassinated, and people are having great difficulty dealing with it still, and I understand it completely. Now, the perpetrator, alleged, turned himself in at the behest of his father, who consulted with a minister. I'm looking at this person. He's 22 years old. The story, at least up to now, is that he wasn't very political until a few years ago, where he became radicalized. Now, here's what we know. And it's very upsetting from USA Today. A former straight-A student. He's a former straight-A student from Utah is accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk with a bullet inscribed with a niche online meme. You know, that he's a fascist, that is, I guess, Charlie. Catch this, things of that sort. Robinson, 22, is accused of shooting Kirk in the neck. It's not yet clear what changed in Robinson's life leading up to the shooting, but family and friends said he had become more political and angry. One of Robinson's high school classmates, a person by the name of Xander Luke, said he was politically active and outspoken about people's rights. The accused shooter thought both political sides were contributing to a country being in a worse place and not improving the world. The quiet street where Robinson lived with his parents is now the subject of intense scrutiny. Officers from the Washington City Police Department kept media and neighbors on the other side of the street. Neighbors were largely tight-lipped about the family. But many of those who spoke with USA Today focused on the family's faith. They are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, whose members are known as Mormons. Well, that's not surprising. We're talking about Utah, after all. And that faith helped lead to Robinson's capture. Authorities tied Robinson to the crimes through a review of online messages, interviews with family members and friends, and surveillance video. The messages included some sent on Discord, a popular online chatting platform. In a statement to USA Today, Discord disputed statements that the messages were sent on the chatting platform. The announcement came a day after law enforcement released several images as well as a video showing the gunman's leap from the rooftop. Robinson, who has no criminal history, this guy was a straight-A student, had no criminal history. According to state records, he attended high school in the neighboring city of St. George. We have an affiliate there. He's registered to vote, though he lacks a party affiliation. His parents are registered Republicans. As of 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time today, the Facebook page for Tyler Robinson's mother was filled with celebrations of her son's milestones and accomplishments. The page depicted a tight-knit family where Tyler was the oldest of 3 sons. Longtime neighbor Robert Sylvester told USA Today that the Robinson brothers grew up playing throughout the neighborhood as other kids did, sometimes doing foot races down the residential street. Sylvester described them as quiet. The family is shown on vacations to the Grand Canyon and on outdoor excursions like fishing trips and shooting days. Seemed like a quintessential American family, doesn't it, Mr. Producer? Folks, I have a question for you. Do you believe America's best days are still ahead? With the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence coming up in less than a year, my friends at the Heritage Foundation are taking stock of the current situation, and they need your input. They've launched a survey on America's future to gauge how Americans feel right now about where we are as a nation and where we're headed in the next 250 years. You know, for decades, your American values have been under attack, but now, with President Trump's administration in office, we have an opportunity opportunity to turn the tide and usher in a new golden age for America. But the Heritage Foundation needs to hear from you. What policies do patriots like you most care about? What do you believe are the defining principles of America? What legacy do you believe we should pass on to the next generation? Please visit heritage.org/Levin today and share your feedback and help shape the future of America. That's heritage.org/LEVIN. Paid for by the Heritage Foundation. Something went wrong, terribly wrong. I have my own theories, and we'll talk about that. Tyler wore a Trump-related Halloween costume in 2017, according to Amber's Robinson Facebook. In August 2020, Amber Robinson posted what appears to be an ACT college aptitude test score for Tyler, 34 out of 36. That would place him in the top 1% of test takers. According to recent averages, he received a $32,000 scholarship to Utah State University. So he's a very smart kid, straight A kid. Just going through it with you. Kristen Schwerman, who has lived 2 doors down for the last 16 years, said she has known the suspect's family for decades. A head custodian with the Washington County School District, she said she watched the boys grow up, often crossed paths with the family at church and school events. He was always very quiet, had just a few friends, she said. I think he was more on the musical side. Very smart. The eldest Robinson's son graduated from Pineview High School in St. George in 2021. According to Amber Robinson's social media and video of the commencement ceremony, but obviously the mother was extremely proud of her children. He then briefly attended Utah State University for 1 semester in 2021, the university said. He later enrolled in the electrical apprenticeship program at Dixie Technical College in St. George. The Utah Board of Higher Education confirmed September 12th that Robinson is a third-year student in the program. But during those recent years, said Governor Cox, Robinson had become more political. At the dinner table before Kirk came to Utah Valley University for the event at which he was killed, Tyler Robinson talked in disparaging terms about the conservative activist, Cox said at the news briefing. Also, Cox said a family member interviewed by authorities referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. Schwerman said she believes social media may have played a role in shaping his views. I want to get to this. This is a big deal. There's just too much hate out there, she said. I know he wasn't taught those things. I have no hate for him, even though I love Charlie Kirk. I'd rather try to understand what was going on in his mind. That online influence seemingly appeared in the messages that authorities allege Robinson inscribed on the ammunition used in the killing. The Mauser 98.30-06 bolt-action rifle, 06. The law enforcement official said was used to kill Kirk, had a spent cartridge in the chamber and 3 unfired bullets in its magazine. FBI forensic agents recovered the Mauser in a wooded area behind Utah Valley University's Luce building, from which the fatal shot was fired. The fired casing, according to Cox, read, "Notices, bulges, OWO, what's this?" The phrase references an internet meme tied to animated videos in Fury culture. OWO references an emotional, and what's this denotes cuteness or curiosity. It's frequently referenced by video game streamers. One of the unfired casings, according to Cox, said, "Oh, Bella, chow, chow, chow." The lyrics reference the anthem of the anti-fascist Italian resistance during World War II. Cox said another read, "Hey, fascists, catch." The casing also had a series of arrows that pointed up, right, down, down, and down, in apparent reference to a cooperative shooter video game called Helldivers 2. The input is the code for an airstrike. It is morphed into a meme and is used to imply a devastating reaction to something that should be destroyed. Looks like online and videos, Mr. Producer. Luke, the high school classmate, described Robinson as deeply ingrained in internet and meme culture and said the reported engravings on shell casings came as no surprise. Tom Chittum, a former ATF associate deputy director, told USA that the rifle is a common hunting caliber. Looks like the state may seek the death penalty, probably will. The feds probably will. I would caution on the federal side, if a Democrat's elected president, and these cases go on, these capital cases, for years, they may waive the death penalty. So the action with respect to that kind of a penalty really needs to be in the state. I'm not saying that they can't charge in the Trump Justice Department seeking the death penalty. What I am saying is if a Democrat's elected, I guarantee you they will waive the death penalty. But in the state of Utah, I feel fairly confident that would never happen, even if it could.